Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why is because there isn't any coaching like my coaching under the sun. Nobody holds your hand throughout of the coaching that I've designed myself as I do. I coach mainly in audio exchange as well as phone sessions 2 to 3 times per week. Okay, we usually have a slot for the phone sessions, let's just say 5 p.m., and we meet for an hour. I record the session, then I re-listen to it once we hang up, and I give you my further feedback when we reconvene. In case of audio exchange, the same thing happens more or less, especially in the beginning. 2 to 3 times per week, we correspond by audios. You record an audio. We start with childhood, adolescence, going into college years, all the way up until today, in order for me to understand what kind of belief systems you inherited. Okay, it's the same process for audio exchange as well as the phone sessions. The difference is that audios, of course, are recorded, and the phone sessions are live, and you get to ask me anything you want while we're talking, as well as myself. Thus, the price is slightly higher, all right? All the information for me is below. If you need to ask any questions before booking, please let me know. This does not exist anywhere on the internet. I just want to stress. Most coaches, first of all, charge a lot more money, and secondly, talk to you maybe once a week via Zoom. I don't do Zoom sessions on purpose. First of all, because it's arduous to record them. I want you to have a tape that you can easily listen to, maybe while you're driving, maybe while you're walking, whatever it is you're doing. Once you are in coaching with me, you basically have all these tapes to keep, which is of tremendous benefit to you. It's an added bonus, as it were, amongst the work that we're doing in coaching. And by the way, parenthesis here, wanted to mention the audio exchange. Every time you send me an audio, I then respond with my own audio, which is normally longer than 20 minutes. Sometimes it's up to an hour. I've sent audios like that as well, with my own analysis, with all my commentary, anything that I have to advise you on and further guide you to do. Mainly in my coaching, I want to examine beliefs. All right, that's what it centers around. I don't see a lot of this on the internet. A lot of people want to hurry up and manifest their shit. So with all due respect, or not so much respect to those coaches, I operate differently. I do this complete Rolls Royce service, which I completely examine you in detail, and then and only then do we go to manifestation. That's the only way you can achieve permanent, lasting results. There's a reason why people don't manifest, and I'm going to go into my subject in just a little bit here, but it's because people are so impatient, most people, and don't want to invest time in examining themselves, which is all you need to really become a power manifester. Okay, the manifestation is just the cherry on top. I keep talking about it, but and I'll keep talking about it till the cows come home. But the thing is, it's really, really important to direct the attention to yourself. Who am I? What am I working with here? All right. And then and only then proceed to start manifesting different techniques. And we go into that. But the first part of my coaching is always centers around what kinds of beliefs did you accumulate, who from, mom, dad, guardian, this, that, and the other, boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives. This is really, really important to me, okay? Upon booking my coaching, please sign the coaching agreement, which basically states I'm not a psychiatrist. You don't get to bombard me. You need to respect the rules. In the case of audio, it has to be 20-minute max. And everything, of course, is confidential unless for the rare occasion that it becomes a situation where you're a threat to yourself, to me, or to somebody else. That's standard. That's worldwide. It's pretty customary in the coaching industry as well as in therapy, by the way. If you're somebody, who wants for me to sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, I've signed plenty of those. And so everything, of course, is confidential. And the reason I stress this is because people who achieve the best results in my coaching are completely transparent and honest. It doesn't work that you withhold some information from me. It's not going to help you. And I'm here to help you. And so if I don't know the entire picture, and if I cannot be transparent with you myself in terms of being completely honest, then the coaching cannot work. Okay, honesty here for me is key. I'm not here to sugarcoat shit for you. I'll be completely honest. There are times where we might not agree. That's perfectly fine. We can talk about it. But the thing is, we both have to be totally honest. All right. Again, if you have any questions, email me. The email is directly below. So the subject of today is why some people don't manifest. Okay. This comes up in my coaching over and over again. And of course, this is a question on everybody's mind because some people are really frustrated in terms of, everywhere on the internet and in my coaching as well. And I really had to think about this one because, people tell me, well, you say everything is so easy. How come it's not easy for me? And, how come all these other people comment, that, it doesn't work and this and that and the other. Well, I can only speak from my experience and the experiences of my clients. Okay. And I can only say that the distinction between someone who is successful in manifesting and someone who takes longer to manifest or doesn't manifest at all is one word: belief. Okay? If you've got the belief that you're going to manifest, there's not a goddamn power in the world that can stop you. This is why I examine beliefs in my coaching extensively. Okay, if I believe something is for me, meaning like I can manifest it no problem, I don't have any resistance towards it, I don't have any beliefs that are hindering me from it, I don't have any resentment towards that subject. Okay, some people resent money, have all sorts of fucked up beliefs around that subject. Some people resent their SP for some reason underneath it all and don't want to let go of that resentment. Okay, parenthesis here, I always salute people, meaning encourage them to express their emotions, but holding on to resentment doesn't serve you, doesn't serve them. You can validate your emotions around their behavior, but after doing so, resentment needs to go for your own sake. Even if you don't want to manifest this person, for your own sake, it will clear up the pathway to a lot of other manifestations. And I know for a lot of people it's really, really hard, but it needs to be done. Okay. And so essentially all these things like non-belief, thinking some beliefs that don't serve you or resentment associating with that subject would be like top 3 why people don't manifest. Again, honesty comes to mind because you really have to be honest about what you're thinking. Okay, maybe you're not aware, maybe it's like on a subconscious level even. But in coaching, I uncover a lot of people's beliefs where they, well into coaching, they haven't told me something, not on purpose sometimes, but, it kind of like there's an aha moment where, this is why. So this is what was blocking me and this is why. And then once the person like puts the boogeyman into the light, it becomes transparent. You start working on those emotions, you start working on those beliefs, you essentially create awareness around it, and it becomes that you realize this doesn't serve you anymore, you realize why you've manifested shitty situations in the past, and the belief eventually it goes. Now, shitty beliefs sometimes put up a fight in the process of changing. It's because they've been there for such a long time. But eventually, once you override them with the new constructed belief that you would like to believe this time around, they will let go of you. You have to be really persistent. The persistence is the name of the game. When you are deciding something, that you want to manifest something, you really need to be stubborn about it, right? So I use this metaphor like a motherfucking donkey. You really need to be as stubborn as that. And even though momentarily you might get angry, you might get whatever, resentful again, or something will come up and you might get anxious or worried, or you don't believe that it might happen, and this and that and the other, you still need to go back to the drawing board, so to speak, and say, do I really want this? Yes. Okay, then I will persist. Okay, I will persist in that direction. And that's what needs to happen. The other thing is the decision is really necessary. Deciding, like what I just said, you need to really decide, because some people decide and then the next day, nah, maybe not. And then the next day, yes. And the next day, maybe not. Well, it's like giving too many instructions to your higher self or universe, whatever you want to call it, results in very confused manifestation at best, if anything at all. Essentially, the two commands cancel each other out. If one day is yes, the other day is no, it's like, can you make up your fucking mind already? Seriously though. And I understand sometimes it's difficult to decide, but the thing is, you're better off just sitting down and once and for all saying, okay, do I want this SP back? Not like yes, no, maybe so. No. Yes or no. I want yes or no. Okay, stop being wishy-washy. If it's yes, then persist in it. Forgive this person. Create a different story around this person. Rescript this person. Change this person. It's all possible, but just decide. Decisions are really necessary here. No one else is going to do it for you. Okay, so if you do decide, for instance, in the case of SP, that you are changing this person, that this person has changed, you're no longer talking to the old version. You're talking to the new version now. Somehow, some way, you're going to have to bring yourself to forgive this old version and let it the fuck go. That's how you switch timelines. That's how you switch from one parallel reality to the next, in which your new version is waiting for you. It's right there. The only component that isn't there is you. Obviously, because you're somewhere where you don't want to be. So if you decide, I want to be in the new reality with my money and my SP and my Rolls Royce and whatever the fuck else you wanting to create, or a new job and this and that, a new career, anything at all, just decide that you're there and stop wavering for the most part. Now, I'm not asking you to be a superhuman and not waver ever. It's not going to happen that you're never going to waver. But you have to remind yourself where you're going. So 90% of the time, really, or at least 80% of the time, you're going to have to be there. You're going to have to be there. You cannot have this flip out every single time you see something different in the 3D. 3D, by the way, parenthesis here, and 5D, which is imagination and what you're constructing in the invisible world, right, have got to match. If you're to manifest something, anything at all, just like I said, SP or money or whatever, or career, or a job, or a promotion, or health for somebody, or healing, and la 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 la, you have got to act in the 3D as if it's already reality. So if you're freaking out about it not being here, well, guess what? It's going to continue not being here. And you're like saying, a lot of people come to me and say, Anna, you don't understand. I've been scripting. I've been manifesting. My favorite, I've been manifesting. What is manifesting? You're either manifested, or you didn't manifest. What is manifesting? You're working on it. You're working on yourself, but it's like, you either manifested or you didn't manifest yet. So manifesting, I don't get what the fuck that means, really. Your mind has to be so infused with your decision to have this desire of yours that even though 3D pops up once in a while and reminds you of the old newspaper, okay, the day before yesterday's newspaper, you're like, what's this got to do with me? It's like, Jesus, what have I to do with you? You know, it's like, I don't, it doesn't, this is not part of my fucking plan anymore. So if you want to manifest anything at all, you have to behave in the 3D as that person who has that already. Match it as much as you can to the best of your ability. Start behaving without freaking out. And I know it's hard, but that's why I'm offering coaching, okay? Without freaking out to every single situation that pops up that's not in accord. It's like, well, how come it's not here yet? Okay, can we please download that it's not here yet because you're saying it's not here yet? If you're ignoring the 3D to the best of your ability, I'm not saying be completely delusional, but you're more in your world, in the world of imagination, than you are in the 3D, eventually, and rather quickly than you think, quicker than you think, the 5D will match the 3D, or rather the 3D will match the 5D, your imagination. But if you continuously going back and forth between 3D and 5D, okay, I hope this makes sense, then it doesn't happen. You have to be in your mind in 5D and stay there. And the 3D, yeah, it's there. It's kind of like the backdrop of the past. But you're like, wait and see what I'm about to manifest. It's about to happen. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be fantastical. But going back to the beliefs, and that's basically the belief, meaning like the belief to manifest, has to really be cultivated. And so you maybe start small. You manifest something that's completely believable to you. And then you stand in awe how precise it is. And the more specific you make this manifestation, the more you know you manifested it. Like some people manifest signs. Now I always say you always create signs. Like if you, like I need a sign if this will come true. Well, it'll come true if you decide it'll come true. But the sign itself you also manifest. But sometimes people just manifest signs like, you know, feathers and rainbows and whatever else. Is your sign, or butterflies and this and that, purely out of curiosity if they could. But once you do that, it's then over and over, it's then time to move on to something bigger, all right? So then maybe you manifest a sum of money that's going to be pretty specific. In a specific way. Then it's going to be the text from your SP, and on and on and on you go. Again, not to brag, okay, but I've been manifesting consciously since I was 12. I don't know how I did it. I just figured out that, you know, if I write something down, if I wish for something, it somehow ends up coming true. You know, and those were not small things. I manifested a ton of things that were not small at all. And I was really good at manifesting material things, for example, like money, trips, you know, going to a certain school, things like that, you know what I mean? Meeting a certain celebrity and this and that. But the thing is, I have had now a lot of experience, and for me, manifesting is almost like, I don't know how to say it, like you think and you manifest. You know, you think of something, you have no resistance towards it at all. It's like, yes, this, please. And then it just comes. You don't worry about it. You don't fret about it. You don't construct blockages in front of it. You accept your good when it comes at you. And you thank the universe for it, i.e. yourself for manifesting it and creating it with ease. But every manifestation has to be easy. If it's not easy, you still have some shit to work through in your mind, some kind of blockages that either you're not aware of it or you're aware of it and you're saying to yourself that, I don't know, that it's okay, that it doesn't matter, or that I can kind of live with this. Sometimes people do that, you know. You literally have to become a new version of yourself in order to start being completely free with manifesting things. So the certain things that are going to have to be let go of. Okay, everybody has something. Everybody has like their own like Achilles heel. And so if you know your issue, or you can find out your issue in coaching, that's what you need to work on. Okay. And once you master it, like I said, everybody has their own situation. Once you master it, then it becomes that, first of all, you know how to really process it, to work through it, and then how to really become someone who doesn't have that issue anymore, if that makes any sense. Because let me tell you something, like how to believe is to, become that person who, has different beliefs and who has different experiences. And we go through this in my coaching extensively, but essentially there's different exercises for this, to start believing that something that hasn't happened to you before can happen now. But the work is you, right? So you might not believe that your SP can change, or that this sum of money can, materialize in your world, or that your career can take off in a different, marvelous, sensational direction, or that you can manifest that promotion or job. But to the new version of you, that career is theirs, that SP is already theirs, they're married to them. The money that you dream of is their monthly income, okay? The every day is like magic. You just think of something and it materializes. So you literally have to become somebody else. Okay, I love this quote by Joe Dispenza, who says, a new personality creates a new reality. So you cannot bring the old personality with you, the old man, like people like to say, and start creating new shit. It doesn't exist. Okay, you have to really put in the work on yourself. So parenthesis here, in my coaching, this is why I strongly suggest to spend at least 2 to 3 months with me, because the first month mostly we cover your history. Second, we get into all sorts of things like forgiveness and letting go of resentment, and then on the third month, we start creating shit. But you really need to put in this work into yourself once and for all, because chances are you've done the same shit over and over again for years. So what's 3 months out of your life? I don't know. I would do it in a heartbeat. If somebody took me by the hand and taught me all this stuff. I wish I had a situation like this when I first started, reading about law of attraction and all this jazz, because I literally had to pave my own way and research so many authors and books until I really formulated how it has to really be understood by an everyday person, like no disrespect, meant every day, just a regular person who doesn't like necessarily want to read like quantum physics and all this stuff. Now, I had to read it because I really wanted to look at it from every corner of science, of even history and people in history and different authors, different speakers, and all of them have something to offer. But the thing is, at the end of the day, you formulate something for yourself that works for you, the kind of person you want to become. And so this is what I teach. The most important, and I'll leave you with this, the most important thing in manifestation, it has to be easy. It has to be easy. Again, if it's not easy, then it's something out of whack in your engine, and you have to, meaning your beliefs, most definitely. The way that you're thinking comes from your beliefs, okay? You're looking at the world through the prism of your beliefs. And so you need to go back there and check it, okay? That's all it really is. Your day in and day out energy is what creates, okay? Oh, this is what I actually wanted to say. The energy with which you create every single day, the kind of energy you walk around in, that creates everything. But that energy also comes from your beliefs. The energy that you give to your manifestations, or that you don't give to your manifestations, that creates like on another level. Okay, energy is everything in the universe. You guys know that. And so the energy you are operating from creates the the fabric of your life, the quality of experiences. And so if the manifestations around you are shitty or not up to par, chances are your energy needs to go up, 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 and you really need to work on that. All right. So, in conclusion, why people don't manifest, they don't put in the work in themselves, they don't believe, and they waver. All right. The wavering part in particular needs to be like totally situated, right? No more wavering. Thank you very much for listening. All the information from me again is below. Until next time, ciao, ciao.